Hello, myself Deepmala Meena, Assistant Professor in Physics, Government College, Kota. In last videos, we have discussed about the effect of Coriolis force on particles moving horizontally on Earth and bodies falling vertically downward on Earth. Now today's lecture we will discuss about effect of Coriolis force on bodies thrown vertically upward from the Earth. If a body of mass m is thrown vertically upward with a velocity u from a certain place of the earth, then after t second the velocity will be v dash equals to k cap dash u minus gt. If the angle of latitude is lambda, then omega equals to j cap dash omega cos lambda plus k cap dash omega sin lambda. Coriolis force acting on the body will be Fc equals to minus 2m omega cross v dash. So we get Fc equals to minus I cap dash 2m u minus gt omega cos lambda. Thus the displacement of body due to Coriolis force acting on acting towards west in the northern hemisphere and toward east from Newton's second law. M d2x dash upon dt2 equals to minus 2m u minus gt omega cos lambda, or d2x dash upon dt2 equals to minus 2 u by g minus t omega g cos lambda. Integrating this equation with respect to t, we get dx dash upon dt equals to minus 2 omega g cos lambda ut upon g minus t square by 2 plus c, where c is an integral constant. To find the value of c, we put the conditions at t equals to 0, dx dash upon dt equals to 0. So, we get c equals to 0. By putting this value of c in equation, we get dx dash upon dt equals to minus 2 omega g cos lambda ut by g minus t square by 2. Again integrating this equation with respect to t, we get x dash equals to minus omega g cos lambda ut square by g minus t cube by 3 plus c dash, where c is another integral constant. Also find the value of c dash. We put the conditions at t equals to 0, x dash equals to 0, so c dash equals to 0. So we get the displacement towards west will be x dash equals to minus omega g cos lambda ut square by g minus t cube by 3. If a body reaches the ground in t second, then from equation s equals to ut minus half g t square, then t equals to 2u by g. Substituting the value of t in above equation 5, we get x dash equals to minus 4 by 3 omega g cos lambda u by g power 3. If a body reaches a height h, then from equation v square equals to u square plus 2as. Here v will be 0. So 0 equals to u square minus 2ah, or u equals to under root 2gh. By putting this value in the equation which is defined x, we get the equation for the displacement of the body on the ground toward west as x dash equals to minus 4 by 3 omega g cos lambda 2h by g power 3 by 2. This is the value of the displacement. Now we will discuss about Foucault pendulum. It is relatively large mass suspended from a long line mounted so that its perpendicular plane of swing is not confined to a particular direction and in fact rotates in relation to the Earth's surface. In 1851, the French physicist Jean Bernard Leon Foucault assembled in Paris the first pendulum of this type, one of which consisted of a 28 kg iron ball suspended from inside the dome of the Pantheon by a steel wire 67 meters long and set in motion by drawing the ball to one side and carefully releasing it to start it sweeping in a plane. The rotation of the plane of swing of Foucault's pendulum was the first laboratory demonstration of the Earth's spin on its axis. The time period for this Foucault's pendulum will be T equals to 2 pi upon omega sine lambda. For Earth, omega equals to 2 pi by 24 radian per hour. So we get T equals to 24 upon sine lambda hours. So rate of rotation of vertical plane of swing equals to 2 pi by T equals to 2 pi sine lambda by 24. By putting this, we get 15 sine lambda degree per hour. At poles, lambda equals to 90 degree. So sine lambda will be 1. T equals to 24. The vertical plane of swing takes 24 hours to complete one full rotation. At equator, lambda equals to 0. Sine lambda will be 0. So T will be infinity. The vertical plane of swing does not rotate. Thanks.